Good morning. This is call number 2016-51371 in the interest of Madison Zink. All parties and witnesses, please raise your right hands to be sworn. You solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes.
Yes.
All right, ma'am, please state your name and your relationship to the child.
Lanisha Williams, and I'm her mother.
Sorry, I didn't have my thing plugged in. And for the state?
Arday Parker, Your Honor.
Court will note that the non-custodial parent is Jared Zink. Mr. Zink was personally served on February 20th, 2021 at 7:26 p.m. at 2040 Greenhouse Road, apartment 1231 in Houston, Harris County, Texas. He's not filed an answer. Is that correct, Ms.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, we'll proceed by default.
Thank you, Your Honor. Before we proceed, the state would like you to take judicial notice of the previous order in this case, and the order in suit affecting the parent-child relationship that was signed on November 9th, 2016.
Okay, and what is the current support?
The current child support is $0 per month, Your Honor.
All right, court will note that.
Your Honor, the state would like to call Anisha Williams.
Okay.
Ms. Williams, under the prior order, were you the person that was entitled to receive child support?
Yes, ma'am.
And in the prior order, you agreed not to receive child support.
Yes, ma'am.
And in that order, you agreed not to receive child support because Mr. Zink was providing support greater than the guideline amount of $310 per month.
Yes, ma'am.
Since the last order was done, has Mr. Zink continued to provide support for the child over the guideline amount of $310 per month?
No, ma'am.
Since the last order, how many payments would you say you received from him?
Since 2016, maybe 4 or 5.
So
No, 4
or 5 payments possibly.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And how is your daughter currently covered on health insurance?
She's on Medicaid.
And you're requesting that the state order cash medical support in the amount of $140 per month beginning on September 1st, 2021, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
You're also requesting that the state order child support in the amount of $223 per month beginning on September 1st, 2021.
Yes, ma'am.
And the number of the $623 is also based on Mr. Zink having, does Mr. Zink have any other children?
Yes, 1.
And does that child live with him?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And you believe that the court approving this modification would be in the best interest of your child?
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor, I have no further questions for this witness.
All right, call your next witness.
The state would call Natasha Bidu.
Okay.
Ms. Bidu, where do you work?
The Office of the Attorney General Child Support Division.
And what is your position there?
I'm a child support officer.
What are the nature and duties of a child support officer?
One of the duties of a child support officer is to investigate wage information and calculate guideline child support.
And were you able to do that in this case?
Yes.
And what were your calculations?
Monthly $4,429.63.
And how much was the child support based on that monthly income?
With a medical of 140, child support came up to 623 per month.
And that was giving him credit for the other child, correct?
Yes.
Your Honor, I have no further questions for this witness.
All right, ma'am, do you have any questions, Ms. Williams, for Ms. Bidu?
No, sir.
All right, anything further, Ms. Parker?
No, Your Honor.
All right, the court will approve the order submitted.
Thank you,
Did
Your Honor.
you, Ms. Parker, did you want to admit Exhibit A?
I didn't have an Exhibit A.
Oh, that's for the other hearing. Okay, I see. Okay.
Thank you. Miss Williams, you're free to log off.
Okay, thank you. Y'all have a great day.
You too.
May we be excused, Your Honor?
Yes, hold on just a second. By way of pre-trial, what do we have? Is this a Smith case?
Yes,
Who-
Your Honor.
All right, and so what are we doing here?
There are some issues I did want to trial. I think everyone is in the courtroom, all the parties. Just because there is some complicated financial issues, I just wanted to bring to the court's attention before we started the hearing. Specifically, the issue that's going to be before the court is the arrearage issue only. I believe we have an agreement as to the modification aspect, the arrearage, the current child support and medical. The issue before the court is kind of a financial issue that has been prolonging for a while, of which is what has been pulled up. We had Maria pull up for you. Essentially, for the court's knowledge, there has been allegations of possession credits and direct payment affidavit and direct payments, which I believe both parties are in agreement to, and those documents have been filed with the court or and are in eGov. The issue for the court is that with those payments, Mr. Smith had essentially paid directly excess of $5,000 back in, I believe, 2011, up to around 2011. We as an agency can only put a credit on our system up to the amount of arrears that are currently showing on the system. So we did put one entire credit of $4,900. That was the cohabitation credit. That then brought down his arrears to around $7,700. We had a second affidavit of which we did put, but that second affidavit was for a little in excess of $13,000. I know it's very, so the affidavit of $13,000, we were able to clear up to $7,700, but nothing in excess of that, if that makes sense.
All right.
So the issue, Your Honor, is that my understanding is that Mr. Smith thought he was in, should I say, feature pay of $5,000 or so because of that $13,000 possession credit or direct payment credit. I differentiate because, as we know, direct payments are a different burden. So he stopped paying with the understanding that there was this $5,000. However, because of the way our system is done, we can create future pay only in the circumstances if Mr. Smith had paid through the state disbursement unit and that posted on our system. We cannot create future pay of the said $5,000 if he paid that directly to the mother.
Oh, that's, the cases indicate that if there's any direct payments, that could be just considered a gift.
Absolutely. That's absolutely the other issue, Your Honor. And that's why there was a proposed order back in 2019 done by Mr. Smith's attorney that was not approved by the court, the district court, because this case was in district at that time because of that issue. And so that's the state's perspective, is that we're willing to do as much as we can, which was clear out up to a zero balance. But anything in excess of that is what we deem considered a gift per the code. And therefore, you can't get credit for that unless Ms. Perez is willing to give that extra credit. So that's where we are today, because there has accrued arrears on the case since all of those direct payment credits have been put on the system. My understanding is Mr. Smith wants that to be released based on that old $5,000 that he says he prepaid years ago. And Ms. Perez is not in agreement to release any of those arrears because she has not gotten any payments since then.
Well, I don't know how we're going to go around the law. The law says that anything that's not paid through the disbursement unit or otherwise forgiven, by the, given credit by the custodial parent, what can I do about it? That's not what the law says.
I agree, Your Honor. We have had that conversation with both parties. And so I just wanted to, because it's not just a situation of right now, whether he did or where he didn't, it kind of has lingered for a while. I kind of wanted to pre-trial that with you before I call the parties as witnesses to the case. I don't know what you've told them in court right now makes a difference as to Mr. Smith's position on the arrearages on the case. Because if it does, and he is willing to confirm those based on the pay record, then I don't think we need a hearing. But if he's not, then we'll have to have a hearing and put these questions that I just kind of pre-trialed to you on the record.
Well, where does he stand on this now? I mean, is he pro se?
Yes.
I'm here, Your Honor.
Okay. Did you understand what the law says, Mr. Smith, unfortunately?
I understand what the law says. However, the order that I had was very ambiguous as far as to where I was actually supposed to make the payments. The order didn't require me to go into anything on the state per se. It had the state disbursement at Harris, and I didn't have any knowledge of what that was. And to kind of correct, the payment of $5,000 wasn't all done back in 2009. Over the years, as I was working, I was under the impression myself that I was to pay 20% of my income. And so as my income grew, I adjusted the child support to coincide with a 20%, whatever 20% of my income was. So it wasn't like I just gave her money all at once. This has been an ongoing thing up until the point that she called the AG and brought it to their attention for whatever reason. And now all of a sudden we're here. And as soon as I knew that what I was actually supposed to do, I made those payments. But when we had our first meeting in March, I was told that I was still going to have a $5,000 credit by the representative from the AG at that point when I had my attorney present.
What order are we dealing with here? This is a 2010 order?
Correct.
Yes, Your Honor. The order that was signed on or about April 13th of 2010, which both parties were pro se. Mr. Smith was the petitioner. He drafted this order himself, which I believe on page 21 is specific as to a $300 current obligation beginning May 1st of 2020.
What page is the child support order on? Do you know?
It's page 21 and 22.
21, Your Honor.
Okay, so good. That saves me a lot of time to scroll into this whole order. Let's see, it is ordered that is obligated to pay. Well, that's a messed up order, isn't it?
Yes, sir, Your Honor, it is. I had no idea until my attorney at the time pointed it out how terrible it was.
However, the order
I
does.
don't think I have the authority to credit him with the $5,000, but I'll tell you what I'm going to do is let the district court look at it. They may decide that if they want to forgive it. I don't know, but I don't feel that I have the authority to do that. So
Yes,
let
Your
me
Honor.
start from the beginning. This is cause number 2010-07761 in the interest of Christian Thomas Smith. All parties and witnesses, please raise your right hands to be sworn. Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? You're muted, Mr. Smith.
My apologies, Your Honor, I do.
All right. All right. Is Ms. Bettis online?
Your Honor, I believe she's the caller in with the last digits of 266, and she's also muted. She'll need to star 6.
Okay, you need to unmute yourself, Ms. Bettis. Just press *6. There you go. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. All right. PRO say. And so raise your right hand to be sworn. Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, I do.
All right. Ma'am, please state your name and your relationship to the child.
Debbie Bettis, and I am the mother.
All right. And sir, your name and your relationship to the child.
Jason Craig Smith, and I am his father.
And for the state.
Andrea Perard.
Okay, I'm going to transfer this case to the 247th District Court. I'm going to order DRO mediation in the meantime, and we'll let the district judge or the mediation, if you can come to an agreement, finalize this matter. All right.
Thank you, Your Honor. On the one issue of the modification, I'm not sure if you're inclined to do temporary orders as to that aspect. It will change the child support downwards, or if we want to reserve everything for final.
I'm just going to let I'm going to let the district court then reserve it, because they would then maybe have different options. I don't
Okay.
know. Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor. May we be
All right.
excused?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, may I please be dismissed?
Yes, sir. They will give you notice of the mediation date and so forth.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right. Thank you. Ms. Sharma, you've got the Stanley matter?
Yes, Judge. Good afternoon. How are you?
Okay, hold on just a second. Let me pull it up. Shit, Stanley. Okay. Okay, this is cause number 2015-18187 in the interest of Finley Stanley. All parties, please, and witnesses, please raise your right hands to be sworn. Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? All right, ma'am, please state your name and your relationship to the child. I can't hear you. Is it microphone working?
Judge, we did have audio problems earlier and I called her on the phone. Is it okay with you if I call her on the phone again and put her on speaker?
Joe, sure, that would be fine. Miss Stanley?
Okay, go ahead, Miss Stanley.
Hi, my name is Brooke Stanley. I'm the mother of the child.
Okay, and for the state? Now I can't hear you. You're muted, Miss Sharma.
Sorry, Kavita
All right.
Sharma for the state, Your Honor.
All right. The court will note that the non-custodial parent is Daniel John Shedd. Court will note that Mr. Shedd was personally served on April 19th, 2021 at 11 a.m. at 722 29th Avenue Northeast, Hickory, North Carolina. And he has not filed an answer. Is that correct?
That is correct, Your Honor.
Okay, hold on a second. All right, we'll have a default hearing then. Let's proceed.
Yes, Judge. The state would ask the court to take judicial notice of a prior default order establishing the parent-child relationship that was signed on June 17th, 2015, Your Honor.
All right, I have that.
Your Honor, the state would like to call Brooke Stanley.
All right.
Miss Stanley, how many children do you have?
4 biological children.
And Your Honor, you can,
I'm sorry, what did you say, Miss Sharma?
are you able to hear Miss Stanley?
Yeah, a little fuzzy, but let's continue.
Okay. And how many children do you have with Mr. Stanley?
With Mr. Stanley, I have 3.
I'm sorry, with Mr. Shedd. I'm so sorry.
1.
Okay. And we are here today to modify the medical support order and child support order from 2015.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Can you tell the court what has changed as far as the health insurance?
I got married in 2018, and in that marriage, I've lost Medicaid. So we've had to add her to our private health insurance.
And how much do you pay each month in private health insurance for your daughter?
I pay a total of $135 and
$135.31. And does that include dental insurance?
no, dental insurance is additional, and that's $5.26 per child or per person a month.
Okay. Do you have any information of where Mr. Shedd works?
According to Facebook, he works at Schindler Mill.
Okay. And as far as you know, is that the same employer he had when we set this support in 2015?
No, when support was set, he had no job at all.
Okay. And do you know where Schindler Mills is located?
No, I do not.
Okay. Do you know how much he makes?
I do not.
Are you asking the court to continue with the same minimum wage presumption that we established in 2015?
Since Texas does not know what he makes, then yes.
Okay. And based on his prior child support order, are you asking the court to order that he continue paying toward the retro child support judgment amounts in medical and child support?
Yeah.
And is that amount $20,373.88 for child support
Yeah.
and $1,023.03 in dental support?
Yeah.
And you're asking the court to order that he pay $152 and $56 respectively for both of those amounts, correct?
Correct.
And are you asking the court to order that he pay now, instead of cash medical support, $135 towards medical support and $5 toward dental support?
Yeah.
And current child support, you're asking the court to order $200 in child support?
Yeah.
When we initially did the order, you wanted your information confidential and not given to Mr. Shedd. Is that still true today?
Yes, ma'am.
And are you asking the court to order that your information not be disclosed because you may be targeted for harassment or domestic violence from Mr. Shedd?
Yes, ma'am.
And are you asking the court to bill court costs towards Mr. Shedd?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Anything else you need to add to the judge today?
No, ma'am.
And you're asking the court to approve these orders as you sign?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Your Honor, I have no further questions for Ms. Stanley.
Did we change the cash medical support? Did I hear a figure on that? Is that the 1,023.33?
Yes, that's in retro medical support, Your Honor. And we're
Okay.
asking that he pay $56 a month in retro medical support.
All right. Is there a modification of the cash medical support?
Yes, Judge. The
Where-
new is
what page is that?
130.
Oh, here it is, $135. Okay, I didn't see it. All right, the court will approve the order as submitted. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Judge. May we be excused?
Yes.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Thank you.